My name is Ashley Goldberg, and for the group leading project, I chose to use the domestic violence support group that I run Tuesday nights from 6 to 7:30 p.m. Those groups meet every Tuesday and can usually consist of a diverse group of women who have been abused at some point in their interpersonal relationships. The night that I chose was May 1st of 2018, and I had 5 people present for the project. I've been leading this group for a little over a year, and another advocate was present just as she is every week as my co-facilitator. The purpose of this group is to help survivors of domestic violence educate themselves in the issues of domestic violence and for them to find support through the healing process. They work together to find support and have formed a family or a team, and they have me and my co-facilitator to help lead them in educating them to understand what's been going on. The group was very receptive to what I was going to do for the night. I kind of explained a little bit. At the end of every meeting, I always explain a little bit of what we're going to be doing next time so that they can be prepared for it. So I had explained the week before that, we were going to be working on red flags and that we were going to be kind of doing a full group discussion. So to start the group, I started with a round. I asked them just to give me a short statement about how everyone's week had been. So I simply just said, all right, guys, give me a short statement. How has your week been? And, some of them were like, oh, it's been good. And that was all they wanted to say. Some of them were like, it's been a tough week. And this gave me the opportunity to find out what's kind of been going on. Some of them had, really great praise reports of, things going really well with their kids or their family or, an outcome to a problem they'd already been, discussing with the group. Some of them had simply just had a rough week emotionally, and they were kind of down in the dumps. So this kind of gave me the option to see where they each were at and knowing, what emotionally was going on for each person so that I could be prepared for what they were going to want to talk about or might be triggering them tonight. The group was really receptive, as I said before, and I think this is because I already had a relationship built with them. Going into a group where I didn't know anybody, this could have been an issue that, having a new leader come in, someone they don't know, someone that they don't have trust built with, especially within domestic violence relationships, there has to be a level of trust. There has to be a level of, I know you're not going to go and share this information with somebody. And because I've already got that trust with these girls, it was really built upon the group. And so after the round, I gave out a paper that had a list of red flags and warning signs. This is one that we use in my agency all the time with new clients or just with anyone who wants to refresh over them. It's your typical red flag signs such as controlling behavior or obsessive behavior, cruelty towards animals or pets. These are all warning signs and red flags that we use to discuss abusers. So I gave out this list, and what we did is we went around, because I want to get everyone to be involved. So I read the first one, and then there's always a little bit of discussion after each one, because you can see which ones really resonate with the girls. This activity lets them know that they're not alone, that there are other people who've been going through the same thing as them, and that their abuser isn't technically cookie cutter, but that he's or she is similar to other abusers and that they have these characteristics. The women were excited for the conversation with each red flag. Some of them had stories, and each person really got into talking. After I read the first one and they discussed it, we went into the second one, and I had the person to my right read that one. And then we just kept going around the circle until we got through all of them. It was a great way to really get the discussion going, to get them all involved, and to keep them engaged because, they had to figure out when they were reading, and they had to pay attention to make sure that they didn't slip up. So it kept them engaged in the conversation. It kept them, just having a deep discussion. They were being supportive of each other. It was really awesome to see. At the end of the group, we do another round just to kind of see how they're all doing before they leave for the night. I never want someone to leave more upset than when they came in. So I want to make sure they're okay. And if someone's not okay, I want to make sure that I stop them before they leave that night and make sure that they're okay. Have a few minutes discussion with them, make sure everything is okay and that there's no issues. And know that, I'm here for support. Our hotline is on 24/7, that kind of thing. This group was really comfortable for me. It was a group that I know, I lead all the time, I have a relationship built with them, and I think that's why I did so well. If it was a group that I didn't know, I probably would have been a little more awkward, but I wasn't, and they were really receptive to my awkward tendencies anyways. So it was really great to have a group that I already kind of knew for this project. The challenge that I really faced was a member having a hard week. She was having trouble joining in. We had spent some time after the first round processing through her tough week, and the other girls jumped in with examples from their stories and let the girl know she wasn't alone. It was really nice that they all kind of jumped in on that, which is awesome because they've all had weeks like that. They've all had weeks where their abusers have gotten to them, or, their kids are having a hard time, or, something else is going on that's triggering their pain. And so to have these other girls jump in and, I was able to lead the discussion, ask the right questions so we could process through that. But I'd say that was my challenge because you can never be ready for those. They just kind of happen. So you can never just be like, oh yeah, I knew that was going to happen. Perfect. No, you don't know what's going to happen. So you have to be ready and be on your toes for that. I think I kept the group moving as well. I think that was one of my strengths, was that I was able to keep the group moving. I was able to cut off the conversation when it was needed and able to get them to move on to the next topic, which simply being like, all right, guys, we're getting repetitive. Let's go to the next one, and then we can share on that. And that way they were able to keep the conversation going. Everyone got their voice heard, and we weren't stuck on one topic for too long. I'd say what needs work is sometimes that the members can get away from me and can start running around the group themselves. I can keep things moving, but when the members get into a conversation, they really get into it, and I can sometimes lose control for a few minutes, and that, this conversation gets very sidetracked. We'll have started on point A, and before I know it, we're on point E, and I need to work on making sure that we stay on topic and deviate when necessary for healing and, processing situations, but not getting too far off topic. One positive thing is they did respond positively when I took control back. They do have that respect factor. This group really made me analyze how I run a group. I was able to notice my strengths and weaknesses and really make a list of things I should work on. Sometimes self-analyzation is really good, and when you've been running a group for so long, you sometimes forget to do that. So it was kind of nice to just be like, whoa, wait a minute, I'm doing these things, I need to fix these things, so that way my group can be more successful. I felt accomplished knowing that some of the stuff I was doing was already correct. Like the round, and I've done dyads in the past. I didn't do any in this night, but I'd done them in the past. Or just, that my skills were being improved on because I was learning about the stuff I was already doing through these readings. By focusing on my flaws and my weak spots, I can really improve my leadership skills and the relationship with my group. This was such a good experience, such a strong experience. It really opened my eyes, and I can't wait to continue analyzing my skills so I can become a better and more positive group leader.